Now, we are in the essential practice episode. Like what I said in the previous episode, in this essential practice, I will tell you the essential things that you must know to be able to master Illustrator at the next level. I have prepared several lists for you to use as an essential practice. And the first list that I want to convey is how to navigate in Illustrator. Navigating is one of the important things that must be mastered when you want to be at the next level. What I mean by navigating is by zooming out and zooming in, or we can easily maneuver from one side to the other. Like a digital map, we can scroll and look for something anywhere, zoom in to see in detail, and zoom out to see all objects as a whole, so that the canvas is no longer narrow or too big to be explored. This relates to time and efficiency. In Adobe Illustrator, there are only two navigation tools on the toolbar. Like the hand tool to move to and fro on the canvas, and the zoom tool as you know it to move the view closer and further away on the canvas area. You will be greatly helped if you include these navigation tools in your essentials practice list. The second list that you must master is the shortcut. This will be very related to time and efficiency. Shortcuts will be very useful for improving your workflow when working in Illustrator. I mean, you don't need to memorize all the shortcuts in Illustrator, you just need to look for the commands or tools that you will use most often, such as copy and paste shortcuts, save document shortcut, and for some important tools in the toolbar, such as shortcuts for selection and direct selection tools, pen tool and brush tool. I think everyone will have different opinions about the tools they use most often, and you just need to find your favorite tools or commands. To find shortcuts in Illustrator, you don't need to look for them on Google. You can find it yourself in Illustrator itself. First, you have to find your favorite command or the command you will use most often, such as copy and paste. You just go to the Edit menu and look for the copy command. Here there are several kinds of copy and paste commands, and you will find on the right side of the command a description of the shortcut for each command. If you move to the File menu, you will also find the same thing. You don't need to memorize everything. As I said before, find your favorite command, write it down, then memorize it. Likewise, if you want to find a shortcut for a tool, then you just need to click and hold one of the tool in toolbar, then next to the tool will appear the name of that tool and a shortcut in brackets. You will get the same thing in every tool in the toolbar. Or you can easily highlight the tool without clicking until pop-up information appears, and there you can also find a shortcut for that tool. Choose several tools, take notes, and memorize the shortcuts. And the third list of essential practices that will be very useful for you is to customize the workspace. The workspace in Illustrator can be likened to your work desk. Of course, you will arrange your desk according to your needs and habits, or even you can arrange it based on your personality. In Illustrator, you can adjust the appearance of your workspace according to your comfort or personality, such as setting up your toolbar, making custom toolbar settings, and creating some floating toolbars that you think are very important. And for the panels on the right, you can also arrange them according to your needs. Find the panels you use the most and customize them. You can create floating panels like this, or organize all panels by category like this. And one day if you need it, you just open it directly where you put it, without having to look for it again in the window menu. After you set it up and feel comfortable with your settings, then you just have to save it in the Workspace menu at the top right here. New Workspace. Give it a name, and click OK. So when you just open the Illustrator, your costume workspace is still there. If at any time you find your workspace in Illustrator has been reset, you just have to reopen it in this section, click on your costume workspace, and it will bring back the way you created it. I think these 3 essential practices are sufficient for this course. It's not the most core thing in Illustrator, but it's very important if you want to work easily with Illustrator. It will save your time and you can work efficiently. In the next episode, we will create a project from scratch to become the final artwork in Illustrator.